have something of his cross this.
You son of a bitch!
Wanted, Weapons of Fate, 2009. Weapons of Fate is a sleek third-person shooter set immediately after the events of 2008's Wanted film. You play mostly as movie protagonist Wesley Gibson. You spend much of the game firing down thugs while smoothly moving between places of cover, bending bullets around corners, and slowing down time significantly so that you can knock enemies' bullets out of the air, thanks to talents inherited from your also-playable super assassin father.
Stop this foolishness! You can't hit me!
I'm not aiming for you, asshole!
Wanted, Weapons of Fate is a cheeseburger in the making. There's nothing smart about it, no technological brilliance, and it's certainly not well crafted. It's a game you'll finish in under 4 hours, and there are no multiplayer features to keep you coming back for more. It's a game with shoddy graphics and design, repeating music, overbearing visual effects, and polygons with edges so sharp that they can be used to saw through a tree. Yes, just like any cheeseburger, it's tough to put down and it's extremely satisfying to consume. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. It may be a very small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The art of bending bullets, exploring the gameplay mechanics. Wanted, Weapons of Fate is a third-person shooter video game first developed and published by iPlay in 2008, before being developed by Grin and published by Warner Bros. Interactive and distributed by Universal Studios in 2009. Set 5 hours after the film ends, Wesley Gibson continues his transition into a full-fledged assassin and heir to a hidden society of assassins. He continues his search with a new goal to find the fraternity's French chapter, track down the immortal, and finally learn the truth about his family. It is evident from the start that the only way to win in Weapons of Fate is to use cover efficiently, because putting an item between you and your foes makes it nearly impossible for them to attack you. On the other hand, adversaries in cover develop a similar immunity, and annoyingly are frequently immune to attack even when their heads or other extremities are clearly visible. Another key to success is suppressing and then flanking adversaries, especially in the early levels before learning to bend bullets. When you fire blindly from behind an item at an adversary, that enemy almost always seeks cover, allowing you to maneuver to a different position undetected. Many of the opponents in Weapons of Fate have similar and eventually predictable behavior. Enemies who look the same act the same way, so you quickly figure out which ones will pop in and out of cover, which ones will dodge bullets Matrix style, and which ones will charge at you and start a button-mashing melee minigame. You'll sometimes come across snipers whose laser sights you might evade while getting near enough to kill them, and there are a few easy bosses to defeat. But although the environment varies, the action does not. Killing only one opponent in the old-fashioned manner gives you enough adrenaline, which is also a resource for slowing time, to employ the bullet-bending ability. And you can even lock onto adversaries that are entirely concealed at that point. Then, while locked on, use the analog stick to establish a curved trajectory that will deliver your shot to your desired destination. Playable bosses don't contribute much to the replay value of the game. But if you're a completionist, you could enjoy hunting for unlocked pieces of concept art and comic book covers hidden throughout each level. Finding one activates a sound effect that effectively mutes the game's more helpful SFX, a nearby explosion for example, which is disappointing given the game's overall sound design does not have much to add to the gaming experience. Despite his voice being provided by Jimmy Simpson, Wesley retains actor James McAvoy's look. Wesley's original comic book costume was provided to the game version to make comic book lovers happy and make him appear extremely badass. Wanted, Weapons of Fate is not only a short but also a simple game. There are plenty of checkpoints strewn over each of the linear stages, but you'll seldom need to utilize them due to the abundance of cover and the predictability of adversaries. Even running out of ammo isn't a problem, since you can get near enough to melee an opponent. A single button click is enough to eliminate him. Marvelous review. While Weapons of Fate might not be the most well-designed shooter out there, it still has some playability to offer. With a very short campaign and most predictive AI, the game seems to be an attempt to rejuvenate the film franchise and offer some extra fan service. Bending bullets is definitely the game's USP, with the slow motion sequences looking magnificent. Nevertheless, Wanted does very little to add to its replay value and its inconsistent frame rate, lackluster level design, and brief campaign duration. Having said that, Wanted Weapons of Fate can still be a fun addition to your PS3 or Xbox 360 collections. The game has some cool cutscenes and well-designed character animations that will definitely keep a player hooked onto their consoles. While it may not be able to compete with other shooters from bigger studios, it still manages to be a one-of-a-kind experience that deserves a special mention from marvelous gamers. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.